Alright, hey YouTube, Nate here. I told you guys that I'd give you a little video to kind of give you an overview of the PC I just built, so that's what this video is going to be here. So here the beast is. The case that it's in is the Define R4. Obviously you can see it's the windowed version of the case. Front here, little panel here, I got a DVD drive in there, Asus, fan controls, USB 3.0 and USB 2.0, but I actually can't use the USB 3.0 because for whatever reason my header cable from the front would not go into the motherboard. The cable kind of looks a little funky, so I don't know if I messed it up myself or it came messed up, but there's also like a bunch of USB in the back 3.0, so I'm not too concerned about it. Up top here real quick, new gaming headset that I got, the let's get the official number, Logitech G930 wireless 7.0, pretty awesome. So yeah, here is the inside of it. As you can see, I put in some blue LEDs to just be like super edgy, because I'm just so edgy, guys. But yeah, it looks pretty nice. Cable management could honestly be a little better on my part, but I tried. Why don't I go ahead and take this off? I already unscrewed it. There's normally screws in there. Holding it in place a little better. Okay, so really quick, I got everything listed up here. So the processor, I'm just using the default cooling fan, as you can see. Not getting too fancy there because I'm not going to be overclocking. But what I have is a Intel i5 4570 3.2 gigahertz. So yeah, your pretty basic i5 there, not capable of overclocking, like I said. The motherboard that it's in is the Gigabyte GAH87. I'll give a link in the description with everything. So the memory is Corsair Vengeance, two 4 gigabyte sticks, only 8 gigs. But that's really all you need if you're just going to be gaming mostly. I'm not planning on doing much more. Then the video card is the EVGA GeForce GTX 770. I know there's a bunch of different versions of them. This particular one is 2 gigabytes. They call it Superclocked for whatever reason. I don't think it really means much. So that's the basics. Over here, up top, I got my solid state drive. It's a Samsung solid state drive. How big was that? Now I'm blanking. I think it's only 120. Yeah, 120 gigabytes. Just so for the operating system and a handful of games. And then I actually have two hard drives. I have a 3 terabyte Western Digital and a 1 terabyte. The reason I have two is the 1 terabyte is going to be eventually to fill up with kind of a bunch of games. I'm kind of future-proofing here. And the 3 terabyte is to hold a bunch of video files. Stuff like that. I'm actually kind of planning on to try to rip my DVD library all to digital someday in the future here, or not day, probably multiple days. But and then up here, obviously the DVD drive. This whole bay of trays is empty. I could actually take this out if I wanted to, but I don't really know where I'd put it. It's not really in the way. Oh, and then obviously the power supply is a Corsair CX500M, and then the LEDs, if anyone's wondering, are getting powered from there, and it's a NZXT, however you say that. I don't know if you... I think it's just NZXT. You don't say strand of lights. I don't think it had a fancy name or anything, but that's that. So like I said, down here you can see the cable management. Not so great. Well, part of the problem is it's kind of hard to do nice cable management when you just use the cables that come with the power supply, because like these ones just get all bulky and bunch up there. There's not really a good way to like bunch those down anywhere, and like I tried to push these back at it. But unless you don't get the fancier cables that look nice, it's not going to look that great. But it could be worse, I guess. So that's what I'm working with. Yeah. So like I said, the solid state drive is awesome. Why don't I show that off? Because I've actually never had one of these, so I just find it like fantastic. So I just shut the computer down. Everything's still lit up. So it's technically still on. The operating system already went down. Monitors are going to sleep. Here's my setup again. Got my MacBook still down here. Okay, so it's off. Fans are still going, but turn it on, and it's like a matter of seconds before it's already booting up. Granted, this isn't just because of the solid state drive, it's also because this computer was built like last week, so obviously everything's still fresh, but even still, that's like the fastest I've ever been able to boot up an operating system. It's already up. And boom. So that's really nice, especially coming from a MacBook that's a little dated now, almost 2 years that I've owned it, but I think it's even 3 years old completely. I think it's a MacBook from 2011 or 12, maybe 2000. I don't know, but so that's a little slower compared to obviously this. But I will say though, Windows 8, I don't want to hate it because it's different, but I do. I've been trying so hard to get, like, I've used Windows 7 plenty at work and the last couple years, and just because, I mean, every computer basically runs Windows these days, or Windows 7 besides obviously Macs and stuff, but just, I don't know why. It's just, Windows 8 is just really annoying. It looks pretty at times, but it's still just kind of frustrating. I think just because I'm so used to having my main computer be a MacBook or a Mac, I'm just not used to all the little differences between the two, and it's just kind of frustrating at times. But so I do find myself getting really frustrated sometimes working with this, but that's not what matters. What matters is the video games that I get to play on it. So already started Watch Dogs when it came out, and so far that game is amazing. It looks so nice compared to what I'm used to. It's weird having like a frame rate that doesn't suck because all I've really gamed on before consoles. So yeah, it's been fun. Yeah, so that's my gaming PC. Again, not like I'm becoming a PC fanboy now. I still got my Mac. I'm still Macintosh geek. I just wanted something good to game on, and it's still a powerful machine. It's nice to work with, but and like I said, I'm probably gonna try putting some Linux distros on here soon and dual booting off of those because, like I said, Windows is frustrating. I'd much rather use probably Ubuntu or maybe Linux Mint or something like that, or Mint Linux, whatever order it goes in. But all right, so we'll just end it there. No need to go on a little longer. I guess I can also quickly just show, this is my Logitech G105 gaming keyboard, and then this mouse is some weird Razer ripoff called, I think they're trying to be a Razer ripoff because it's called like Mazer, but the M kind of looks like an R, and it's definitely from like China, I think, or Japan maybe. But it was a cheap Amazon gaming mouse, but it had good reviews, and so far it's pretty nice. As you can see, I'm kind of doing blue as my theme with everything, and we got Bane and Batman fighting on my screens, so that's that. I guess thank you for watching. Bye. What? Stop.